evangelization asked by Offended Issues Media. I've been wandering around, actually camped myself on a website called Reproductive Health Reality Check. It's a great place. Lord, my name is Pro-Life Mama, and they just did with that. But they want me to look at their resources, the sources they cite, and I want them to look at mine. They diss mine completely. I will read theirs and comment, and they tell me I have it. Now, there's no trust between whose website is completely neutral, because we really don't think the other one is, or knows any neutral websites. Am I just at a deadlock?
No, I can recommend this. Do you have a LinkedIn account?
I do.
Whenever you post on your blog, or when you post an entry on that particular blog, if you have your own website, put your neutral message. For example, you would not use the word anti-life in the blog. I do, because that's what I interpret the anti-rights life movement. But if I know my audience is not a pro-life one, I will use something a little more inclusive. But if you have a blog that you want to, a post you want to put on that particular blog, replicate it to your LinkedIn connections, your Facebook connections, Twitter, and if you do Pinterest as well, YouTube, Google+. The more you disseminate a well-balanced, neutral, scholarly citation, for example, if you say, Mark Bell argues in his 2009 work, blah, 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 your ethos factor increases incredibly. So even though people might view you passionately as one of those anti-choicers, you're still coming across on your website persona as a very scholarly, sophisticated person. I hope that answers me.
I have another question for you. Seeing the Planned Parenthood site and the National Right to Life site, struck me that the Planned Parenthood site was a young person's site.
Well, let's go back there.
And that the National Right to Life site was an old person's site. That was just my instinctive response. I wonder if you could comment on that.
You have a valid criticism there. In fact, it's interesting that I know Cincinnati Right to Life is, Paul, I'll defer to you. Cincinnati's newsletter and website still has an image of a newborn child, an unborn child, a mentally challenged individual, and a senior citizen. I don't know why National Right to Life's webpage doesn't have that Trinitarian approach. But you're right, if I looked at the Planned Parenthood website, and if I were 30 years younger, I thought, oh wow, I could identify with this guy over here who wants to do his girlfriend who's kicking up her heel like that. Whereas if I went to one of the 7 slides, the National Right to Life, you're right, there's an old man here. Oh, This is just the 7 slides that happened to scroll as of last week. Maybe National Right to Life will have changed that. I don't know. There's the one message, Tobias. Carol Tobias' thing. Unfortunately, I don't know if you saw President Tobias speak on Meet the Press. You know, she's a woman. Instead of putting the capital image on the second column, at the very top there, maybe putting Carol Tobias's picture on there would be better. But then she's a white woman, and we know that most abortions happen within the African American community, followed by the Latina community. So in that respect, rhetorically speaking, Planned Parenthood's 2 slides have it maybe better on the pro-life slide.
But you don't hardly hear about that.
I don't know if I've answered your question or your comment.
No, very much so.
Okay. Okay, thank you.